Hello, welcome to London. What do you think about having to play games here?
I think it's great. We're promoting baseball internationally, and as I said yesterday, if every country on the planet could have competitive baseball, this league would be really, really good. So anytime you can do that, I think it's great for the game.
Do you think the MLB has to catch up with the NFL and the NBA in terms of growing the game internationally?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. But I do know that MLB is doing a really good job of trying to promote it and trying to grow the game. So.
Final question for me, if I may. Do you see this, like a World Series, happening in other European countries?
I hope so. I don't know what the facilities are like in other countries, but this is a great facility here. Murray Cook and his crew from MLB have come in here, and they've turned a soccer field into a baseball field, and really comparable to any fields we play on in the United States. So it's great.
Yeah, I was actually just going to ask about the like the dimensions and the way the field plays. Is there anything you guys have identified that is unusual or out of the ordinary that you have to?
The turf is a little bit spongier than the turf that we see in the U.S., but center field's 392. The gaps are 370, which are a little, the center field's a little bit shorter than what we normally have, but the gaps are a little bit deeper. And it's 330 down the line, so it plays fair. So as I was talking to Murray Cook when we first got in here, he said center field's a little short, but because the gaps are a little bit deeper, the actual area, square footage in the outfield is pretty similar to any ballpark we play in the U.S. So.
Rojas, is he all good? Is it just a day, or is what's going on with him?
Oh, just day off. Yeah, he'll be playing tomorrow.
Hey Rob, can you bring us up to speed on Trea and his status, and also what Marsh is doing back home?
So Marsh, I'll start with Marsh. Marsh went to Lehigh Valley today to do baseball activities. He'll be there today and tomorrow, and then once we get back to the States, we'll figure out whether he's going to go to Reading to continue or join us in Boston to do just his rehab work. Trea today, there's a soccer field right outside the weight room. They were supposed to take him over there and run him on there, so it's natural grass. And then he's going to do his normal ground ball work, normal BP in the cage. Probably won't hit on the field. And then once we get back to Boston, we'll ramp up again. I don't have a date on when he's going to play.
Could he go out over the weekend on a rehab, or will he not? Does he need a rehab?
He may not need a rehab.
Yes, Rob, I'm sure Brandon really hated missing the trip to London. Did you have any comments from him before he made the trip over? And one other question, has nothing to do with baseball. Who do you like, Oilers or Panthers in the Stanley Cup final?
Well, the Panthers are pretty good. I'll start with that question. The Panthers are probably a little bit more suited for the hockey playoffs than Edmonton, although Edmonton's really, really talented. But I'm rooting for Edmonton because I'm a Canadian citizen. And we haven't had a Canadian champion in years.
30 years.
Yeah, so that's why. But yeah, with Brandon and Cody Clements, the timing was just awful. It was the day before we were leaving, and I told them that because they can't do baseball activity once we get over there, because we have the 2 days off, it would kind of hurt them on their comeback. So I said, we're not going to take it. So they were disappointed, but they understood.
In the middle here on the right side, fourth row. Obviously, we've spoken a lot about London and the appeal of it and stuff. Do you think it maybe adds a little bit more spice onto the game, knowing that you're playing a divisional rival, maybe just for casual fans to see like a game with a bit more on the line in that regard?
Well, I think so, yeah. And what was it, Cardinals and Cubs last year, so the same thing. Yankees and Red Sox the time before. So I think MLB does a good job of lining those, divisional rivals out to create some spice, to create some energy in the stadium, and they know that the Mets fans travel, and our fans certainly travel, so I think we're going to have a nice raucous crowd out there.
And just looking into the All-Star break as well, it's been a remarkable season for you guys so far. Is there anything that you've learned between last year and this year, like differences in the team or anything that they've taken away from last year?
From last year?
Yeah.
Well, they're highly motivated. You know, we've got a lot of players that were here in 22 and 23, and we added some players this year, so there's players from 23 to this year as well. They're highly motivated because, you know, we got close, and we, especially last year, we were supposed to win that last series against Arizona and get into the World Series, and we didn't. So our guys are motivated, and they want to finish the job off.
Go to the second to last row on the left towards the middle.
Yeah, Rob, by wandering around the stadium in this past few days, we've seen a lot of Phillies fans. Really, the prevalence of people with Phillies hats, red hats, has been amazing for me. Did you expect it to have this much fan base in Europe?
I did. I mean, because I know how passionate our fans are. And I know they travel. I mean, there's a lot of places we go to in the U.S. where it seems like it's a home game for us. That's how many people travel. So I really did expect a lot of people to come from Philadelphia and the Philadelphia area.
Do you feel particular responsibility to win these games to make them happy?
I feel responsibility to win every game.
Standing up on the riser in the back.
Hi Rob, just a quick question. Obviously with the London series being in the middle of the MLB season, do you say that it gives you both like any advantages or disadvantages playing the Mets on a field that's completely new and different to what you're used to week in, week out?
Yeah, I don't think it really matters. You know, I know that whenever we play at home, it doesn't matter who we're playing. I feel like we have an advantage because of our fan base. So, but as far as the playing surface or where we play, I don't think it really matters.
Coming down here at the top.
Rob Bodmarsh, you said he's going to go to Lehigh and then could go to Reading. Would that be to begin a rehab assignment? And is that what you were saying?
Well, no, just to continue,
Just to continue,
baseball
right.
activities.
Okay.
But if it were time to start a rehab assignment, that's probably where he'd do it instead, because Lehigh's going on the road.
Okay. And then why don't you think Trea would need a rehab assignment?
Because he can refuse it.
And that would probably happen.
I would think.
Okay, last one for Rob. Take one more in the back right.
Hi Rob, you and Carlos go way back.
Yeah.
And for for his first season as a manager and his start to the season, it's been as tough as they come in some ways. Have you been able to maybe chat to him around the London series in the time leading up to the two matches, just to maybe put an arm around his shoulder or just have a chat generally about how the season's gone so far?
Yeah, so we've played them twice already before this series, and I didn't see him or didn't talk to him either series. So we come to London, and this is where I talked to him. We spoke between the workouts yesterday, and yeah, I don't think I need to put my arm around him because I think he's so level-headed and so poised. He understands the game. He understands the ebbs and flows of the game. He's in a really good space right now. He's calm, cool. Yeah, he's fine.
With your history together and your knowledge of him, and as he's gone into his first management role, is there anything you can share just about your confidence of him as a coach?
Well, Carlos is a guy that he cares about players, and he understands that it's not about him, it's about the players. And whatever you can do to help them, I mean, a rising tide lifts all ships. So he's helping other people, and if you do that, then everybody's ship rises. And he's honest. He has great respect for everyone, including the players, and he's very knowledgeable. He works extremely hard. So I don't think there's anything that could get in his way of success.